Hello there, Only One Kenobi here, Only One. I feel I need to give you a brief introduction before we get into this. The thumbnail might say something like, this video has everything, and that's because it started out as a top to flop and an opening, which then turned into a customization, boil and pop, drill, you name it. So I'm going to take you through that journey now. It started by me opening this Luke here. Then when I found the accessories inside, I decided to customize another figure I have for Dagobah training. And then, top to flop, indeed, I do put them in order, which is the best and worst for this figure, but still. Let me take you on that journey now, ladies and gentlemen. This is my Dagobah Luke training special. I hope you enjoy it. Boom. Hello there, Only One Kenobi here, Only One. Another episode of Top to Flop. But before we begin, I'm going to show you the shelf that we're going to be raiding. Right here, this is where I have all my Dagobah stuff. Dagobah Lukes, Dagobah Landing Luke, R2-D2s, Ghost Obi-Wan Kenobis, 3D printed Yoda huts. I'll leave a link in the description for that review. And I'm going to just get off all the Lukes from the shelf, put them in a line, and I have a new one I want to open. When I saw that figure at Echo Base Live, I just fell in love with it, and I knew that this would be the best looking Dagobah Luke that I have in my collection, and I believe it is probably the best looking one that you can get, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But I'm going to open that next. So here we are, I've got them all lined up, and I'll take this opportunity as well to say how it's such a shame that we didn't get this character in the vintage collection. The 6-inch line did. They got a 6-inch Dagobah Luke. What did we get? We got this version in the TVC, but it was like a 3-pack special action figure set. The guy there was Black Series, Orange Line, which all of them, they should have all been in TVC. I've said that one for a long time. I'll keep banging that drum forever. But then this one I saw at Echo Base Live. I'd never seen it up close. And I can tell you now that this is going to be my number one best. But there should be no foregone conclusion. Should there? Look at it. There's a certain scene in Empire Strikes Back when he decides to leave Dagobah, go and help his friends, and Yoda says, "If you leave now, help them you could, but you will destroy all for which they have fought and suffered." And he just sort of like looks a little bit, despondent, and his hair is just brushed a certain way. And this figure just captures it. Brilliant. And these other ones have got like articulation and stuff, but that kind of like, it's a bit too much, I think. But let's get this guy open. Let's have a look on the back. There you go. Card back for him could look like that. You get flashes of the TVC with this line anyway, the original trilogy collection. Should we get it open? Let's do it. Oh God, can't do it, the glue's too strong, man. Oh yeah! I do like keeping these. Why not? It's just, they're nice photographs. Oh my God. Oh wow. What a surprise. Look at this. I didn't realise. But it comes with extra things. Wow, that's blown me away. I wasn't expecting that. 2 figures in one. I might have to buy him again. I might have to buy him again if I can find him for the right price. Oh, and that just goes to show how this line never ceases to amaze me. Look at this. Oh, sorry, knocked the camera. Look at this as well on the underside. See that guy there? Look at the way I've got him posed. That's because I couldn't find a way of getting him to stand on his hands. You can articulate these figures so that, look at all the joints and stuff. You can articulate them so that they could be stood on their hands, but you need an extra support. So you need like a sticky substance or like a little thread or string holding him up by the legs on the shelf above or something. I did consider doing that, but yeah, it's funny. Oh, look at that. That is, I'm sorry, that's Mark Hamill. Ladies and gentlemen, the best Dagobah Luke you can get in 3 3/4 inch. Boom is this. Enough said. Look at that figure. That is awesome. That's a really good likeness of Mark Hamill, that. I think, anyway. Look at the hair. Again, it's too big. In fact, you could probably have him doing that, couldn't you? Like a force push. You could get this same figure doing the X-Wing levitation. And here's the other head, the alternative, which you'll see that way. Han! Leia! God, this is blowing me away. Daniel, chart, are you watching? I had no idea this was a double figure. Look at that. Now I need to buy it again, this figure. I need to buy it again. Need to buy this again. I want it both ways now. I want that figure stood, just looking out. I want that guy levitating. And I'm going to leave it there because I've got a lot to show you. Well, not a lot to show you. I've only got 3 of the figures. But I want to talk about them as well. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. I'd sooner them do that in TVC, give you a swappable armed thing, than this ridiculously articulated one. Now, this one here came from Tungori. This figure came from wasn't there a Dagobah 3-pack, like a special action figure set? But this is the better head sculpt. It's the same figure, this, as the one that was in the Black Series Orange line. I will put some pictures up for reference so you know what I'm talking about here. Except the head was different. The head sculpt was much better, because you'll see him later. I don't even know who he looks like. He looks like usual Mike. But this guy had a much better head sculpt. That's made in more modern times. The head on the right looks way more like Mark Hamill. I wonder if that's swappable. Do you know something? Do you know something, man? I'm going to experiment later. I'll show you what I'm going to do with some head swapping. This is a really weird top to flop. Usually I've got everything organised. This has become an opening and a custom video. I love it. Let's just roll with it. So that's my second place. That was previously my best for Dagobah Luke. Next one is a figure. I can't put it in last place. It's got a lot of sentimental value. It's the Power of the Force 2 one. It's obviously got that classic Power of the Force 2 head, which has done the rounds. That's the same head they use for all, pretty much, Luke's. More or less. Maybe they changed the tone of the hair. I don't know, but I have him facing that way, you see, because, yeah, you know what I mean. That came from somewhere else. I think it might have come from him, actually. Backpack. So put that on him for a bit of detail. So he is second to last because I really like that figure. And in final place, I'm going to go handheld for it, is this one here, which is, I've just got him in that stupid pose. It's the same figure as that. I did have him, so he was, because the articulation is very interesting. See what I mean? This joint here can go like that, and then you can obviously do that. So technically you can have him. You can arrange it so he's doing a handstand, basically. That double joint, whatever you call that there. Just looks a bit ridiculous on such a thin, spindly figure, and the fact that it's flesh tone naked. But it's well articulated, but the thing that I've got the biggest problem with is the face. That looks nothing like. I can't think who it reminds me of that. I said usual Mike, but it doesn't look anything like Mark Hamill. So that's why he's in last place. But do you know what? I'm about to promote him to top spot. Well, higher up in my opinion of it. Obviously, let me know your thoughts in the comments, but as far as I'm concerned, that's the best. That's so good, isn't it? I'm so glad I have this figure, because there was one problem with that shelf over there that you saw, was that all the Lukes look rubbish. And now I've got a center point, I've got a centerpiece, a focal point right in the middle. I'm going to have him. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. What an awesome figure that is. I'm so glad I have it loose. Let me know your thoughts below. And just to wrap this whole thing up, this is the result now of a custom, and I've never done anything like this before. I've never done ever a boil and pop, ever. I've heard about it, I've never done it. I've just done it now, so I'll put a few images up for you to see what I did. But basically taken the body of the Black Series one, the original one, the one that was in last place, the one with the bad head. I've boiled and popped out the joints from the shoulders, and I've put the arms of the handstand original trilogy Luke in there. So I required also a drill because the sockets were very, very thin. I went in slowly at first. I used a smaller drill bit, and then I went a bit wider, and they fit in like a glove. Let me just show you. It's kind of like, that head works all right as well. I've actually got it so that the arms are flush. They fall out like that, but they plug in and they're absolutely flush. Look. Don't forget, this is the torso of the Black Series one. So when he does the handstand, the arms aren't in the quite exact location that these sockets are designed to be in. That's really designed for this figure here. The only thing is that when you raise them, let's have a look and see. Can you see they're still flush? But, as I say, to get them in the socket, it needs to be slightly more narrow. And then they are not as flush. They sort of are coming away at the bottom of the armpit there, but it doesn't really matter. It still works. There you go. So now it's in. But as you can see, it's not the end of the world. That bit there is just a little bit like... You get the general idea though, man. You get the general idea. I'm happy with that. And of course the head is from the original trilogy collection as well. So how about that? What started out as a top to flop has become an opening video. We've opened this great figure. I thought that was really good. And now we've customized what I have. Customized the Black Series one. So basically, that is the other one that I'm going to keep as it is. That was the better of the head sculpts. And then all these parts now are now, strictly speaking, they're moribund, ladies and gentlemen. As the remaining sockets, I'll keep hold of them, you know what I mean? I'll keep them. But these joints are awful, aren't they, really? But how about that? I'm really pleased with that. That's really good. Han, Leia. Control, control. You must learn control. Oh, I love the music that kicks in after that. I saw a city in the clouds. Friends you have there. They're in pain. It is the future you see. The future. Amazing. Great stuff. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This is the end now. Only one Kenobi, only one. Out.